Hello, this is the Checker Knight here, and today I'm going to be bringing you an interesting OVO. We're going to actually spectate from the Lost player, because I think he could learn the most from this. Sorry, my PC is utter garbage, so you're going to have to bear through a lag. Luckily, the match isn't too long here. So the alphabet is going with the standard archer start here, and Sandrea is going to go full rush. Sandrea wins this one, but I think that there was a couple mistakes. I think it's just a little bit of rust here and there that causes them, and I just wanted to let you know. First of all, he checks off tower really early. He shows that he is full armied. Alphabet backs off to his miners. This is the correct play in this situation. You want to be actually Alright, so he has won the archer trade. If he had forward kited that, I believe that is a dead archer. Just 2 more shots and he's dead. That's all you had to do. And you win the game, essentially. Because you have the extra miner. You're going for the second archer really early. That's actually pretty greedy. Because what he's going to try to do is mass swords. I mean, you technically have more pop, but your population is just gone. So this has to be a sword. This has to be a sword to meet aggro. And I think he makes a sword here. He makes a miner. Okay. That is saying that I am going full late game. And that you do not respect the rush potential from Sandrea. Which Sandrea has his... So he's still on 2 miners. Like, this is really bad if this goes a late game. And he can't pick a bunch of miners off. And now he has to give up tower because he took too many shots on his archer. This is actually really bad. So he's going to G up that archer. Just, he needs the heals, I guess. The alphabet has 4 miners. He's doubling the eco. And he's making more eco. This is not the call. This is going to be a short match. This is going to be a very short match. You can just tell this by build. So if Sandrea has the military advantage here. And unfortunately, I feel like he could have microed this rush better, but like the macro play was incorrect. This is when you go under tower and you do not want to pull your miner in this situation. That miner... Terrible G kites. Not that it matters. I think you had to H kite there. Just H kite if you can't G kite. Do not, this is terrible. This is what killed you the game. I believe you still had a minor lead. He realizes his mistake way too late. He has to eat through these 2. He can't actually, yeah, and he loses everything but 1 miner. This is where you lose the game. This is where he lost the game. So it was a very bad micro of the scenario. What you needed to do in that scenario is garrison miners. And then micro your archers better. Obviously, the game, it's an RTS, you do need micro. But you macroed the situation wrong. You misread the situation. You needed more swords to stop that rush. 1 sword is not going to stop, like, what was it, 4? Unfortunately, we can't go back. But yeah, the alphabet does have another archer and sword queued. So, and so he does actually go and force the castle archer. So it's not... And he does forward kite these very well. He does everything he can. And unfortunately, everything he can isn't enough to win the game. He even gets an archer pick, but it was archer for archer. And I think maybe if he hadn't had this archer tank the tower, he might have been able to do it. but it was very rare. I think he died to splash damage. But that's not the important thing. This was a very deadly rush, and yeah, now he's cussing people out because he realized he only had. Yeah, this was a very bad. So you see here, there's this minor button. Use it. Use your minors. You tank with your minors if it's only archers, and they're not one-shotting them. And then you want to G them up. It's a very high micro intensity thing actually. Pros can do it. If you can't, garrison your miners. Put your archers behind your tower. They are not going to be taking your tower this early. Yes, it will put you behind on eco, but this is like Sandrea's third. Yeah, he currently has I believe 3 miners. If you had those 5 miners survive, you did not need them to tank to survive that. Sandrea is doing the wrong build here. You needed to go into miners. He's floating. Like, he goes into miners, like, right afterwards, which is the correct play. But, unfortunately for us, unfortunately for him, it just, the alphabet loses this one due to some simple micro mistakes and macro misjudgments. Normally you do want to go heavy into the eco, but you also need defense. Like, if he had 2 more swords, that rush wouldn't have been able to happen. Though that is a trade-off, he wouldn't have had quite as big of an eco. But you already have an eco lead at the start. I understand wanting to push that. Yeah, pushing that 1 or 2. The 1 extra miner, if that miner had been an extra sword, you would have been able to tank for longer. And, like, been able to, like, G up your sword. So you wouldn't have had to, like, lose it to try to tank for your miners. It would have been a lot better for you. You waited way too long. I think I did kind of like the second archer. I liked most of his build. I think there was just a little something off. The rush did get him. He doesn't quite have enough money. He does get tower, so in theory he could have won the game if, like, Sandrea sat back and let him get back into it. He technically does have the army lead, but he surrendered, so. And I think that is the right call to do. After you, he does force out a castle archer. He does everything right from here on out. Unfortunately, he dug himself in a 1 miner hole, and you can't get out of that. He only has 3, but, like, you're less miners than what you started with. And you start with very little mining in this game. It's also a lot faster paced of an RTS. But yeah, thank you for watching. This has been the Joker Knight. You keep playing your games, and I'll keep playing mine. Bye!